Hello and welcome to the show. This is the Fantasy Genio Show. I am your host, the Fantasy Genio. This is my very first video. A little bit about me so you decide if you want to start listening to me or not. I've been an avid NFL football fan and also college football fan for quite some time. I'll say maybe for the past, 30 something years. So I am dating myself a little bit, but I'd like to talk a little bit about myself for this very first video, because why would you guys want to listen to me if you don't know me a little bit, right? So a little bit about myself. Again, been a student of NFL football and college football for quite some time. I love everything about it. I mean, when we're talking about, obviously I have a team. You can probably tell, but I watch all football games. Again, I'm an avid fan. Pay attention to all the details. I love the off season, especially that's where we're at right now. We're in the off season, free agency, draft, all the moves that the teams are making. So I'm really, really into all that stuff. And I use a lot of this stuff when I look into fantasy football, right? A little bit about my fantasy career. I mean, I've won countless titles in different leagues, just kind of using the same method that I've been using for, maybe the last, I think I started playing in 2011, 2012, around there. And I probably won close to, I'll say 20 something championships, right? At least one per year, multiple per year. I'm not sure exactly the amount, but it's quite a bit. I make the playoffs every year, and it doesn't matter who I play against. I'm always there. I'm always competing. And it's because of the way I approach it, right? And I love it. I do it because I really love it. I love the competition. Sometimes I don't even care about the money. It's all money, right? We're all playing for money, but at the end of the year, at the end of the day, it's really just that competition and winning, right? I mean, anything I do, I compete. Anything I want to do is I play to win, right? At the end of the day. So, I have won countless titles, sometimes multiple per year. As of recent, I've been in a brand new league 3 years. And I've won the past 3 years, and some of my subscribers, they will attest to it, and they can vouch for me. So there is a level of luck. I do believe that, but I think you do have to know what you're doing. I do think you have to pick the right players in your draft. And then make your moves within the season, right? So again, this is just an intro video. Again, I've won quite a bit of championships, so I do hope that it matters, what I say, and I really do hope that you guys win a championship, and if I can help you do that, I will. I will be giving out all my secrets, everything that I do, so this is going to probably affect me in my leagues, but that's okay. I've decided to do this, and I've decided to take that next step and help everyone kind of really, really, truly compete, right? There's a lot of gurus out there that say that, they know what they're doing, and they're good. I'm not going to knock them. They know what they're doing for whatever reasons they have. I do take a slightly different approach. Some similarities, right? Just throwing something out there like targets for wide receivers and things like that. I do look at that stuff. I'm not going to say I'm completely different than everybody else, but I do look at other things, sometimes intangibles that are not measured, and that could be the make or break of your league, right? So, my approach, how I handle fantasy football, I look at all the teams. Right, I look at the full scope of the teams. I don't look at just players, right? I don't look at just the Lamar Jacksons of the world or whatever, or Josh Allen's or whoever. You can just write it in, fill in the blank, right? As of recent, Saquon Barkley, right? So I do look at teams, what they do, the moves that they're making right now in this offseason, right? Free agency, draft, coaching carousel, like which coaches go where. Are they offensive minded coaches? Are they successful? Do they like to run the ball, right? Or they are a pass happy type of offense? Those things are important when you're selecting players, right? Again, off season, right? If a team had a great offensive line, and I'm just going to throw that out there, there's one of my secrets is, offensive line is huge for fantasy football, right? So teams with a high rated offensive line for passing or for running or both, then those are teams you want to look at, right? Then you look at the players, right? You look at the players. Those are the guys we're going to be picking, right? Are they talented? Are they pretty good, but are they in a good situation? Are they super talented, but are they in a bad situation? Those things matter, okay? Contracts. Are they in a contract year? I look at that too. Now, it's not a set in stone that if everybody's in a contract year, they're going to be great. And it's not that if they already signed a contract that they're going to be terrible, and I'll talk a little bit about that in my upcoming videos. But, more often than not, a contract situation where a player is playing for a contract, then usually those players are going to excel because they're trying to get their name out there and get paid. Now, the opposite effect is when they get that contract, will they continue that kind of production, or are they going to slack off? Because you do have that. And a lot of things I look at when it comes to players as well, believe it or not, and this is one of the intangibles, is character. Okay, I do look at the character, what they show. I follow social media and see what they're, I don't know these guys personally, so I can't really say exactly if I know that they have a certain character or not. But do use my gut feel on that, and depending on what's going on, situations with players, I do decide to maybe fade or pick a certain player because of that, right? Like, because that might make or break you. If a guy decides that he doesn't want to play, and he I don't know if players do this or not. I think they might, and I might get hit with this, but hopefully this will help you. Is if a player decides, I'm not going to play because you guys are not paying me, and they'll say, well, I have an ankle injury. Like, I believe that might happen. And have it or not, like, believe it or not, injuries matter. Injuries to players matter in fantasy. So if it's a super talented guy and he gets injured all the time, then he's not really good to me, okay? So I'm looking for guys that are on the field, right? And that'll give me at minimum 10 points a game, right? Like, the floor has to be around 10. Do your best that you can to get that. You may not get it all the time, but if you can build your squad with guys that are there at 10, at minimum 10, and they have a ceiling of 20 something, 30, maybe even 40, depending on who they are. I mean, these are the guys you want because they're going to keep you in every week. Your job is to win every week. It's not to win one week and then lose the other one because you had a guy blow up for 30 and then next week gave you a dud, right? So all these things matter, right? Injury, character. So how I look at fantasy as I'm approaching the season, which is now, right? Now you should be thinking about fantasy football, right? You're not thinking maybe of certain players yet, or at least you shouldn't, okay? But you should be looking at the teams, what they're doing, who's coaching who, the moves made. Did the offensive line get better or worse? Yes, I'm big on offensive line. I think if you have a good offensive line, everything else kind of plays into that, right? You can have a decent quarterback and that offense might flourish because they got a great offensive line, right? If they got a great offensive line, if they got a great quarterback, if they got great receivers, a great running back, then that's probably a team you want to look at and target those types of players consistently, right? Now, if there was a bad team one year, but they improved, look at that team as well. If there was a good team that was there in last year and they got worse, maybe in the offensive line, maybe they lost a key receiver, that matters too. And it all depends, right? And I'm just talking about my approach here. This is a very introductory video so that you guys can just see how I kind of approach it. And I'll be more detailed in my upcoming videos to help you guys win fantasy championships. The last thing I'll talk about as far as approach is concerned is fantasy drafts, right? How do we approach this draft, right? ADPs matter. Players matter, right? Obviously. But ADPs is huge. Just because a guy is rated as by everyone in the fantasy world, just because they're rated a first round pick, doesn't mean you need to grab him in that round. Doesn't mean you need to grab him, period. Right? There is such thing as targets and fades, which I will talk about in the upcoming videos that I have. I do have usual targets and fades. I don't know what those look like just yet because the offseason is still going on, right? Draft is still happening. I wait for the draft. I wait for free agency kind of finish, trades, right? Right now, I believe, I'm just throwing something out there. Aaron Rodgers is entertaining playing for the Steelers. What kind of fantasy impact does that have? I don't know yet, but we will talk about it and we'll figure this out together. So, I hope you like this video. I'm going to do the thing, like, share, and subscribe. This is something that I'm very passionate about. Again, I've won countless titles. I know what I'm talking about. It works, and I hope it helps you guys win your championships as well. Again, this is the Fantasy Genio. I am your host, Fantasy Genio. Like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.